Welcome to Mastering Backend. This is a workshop building charts with PDF using Spring AI plus Spring Boot. And our guest speaker is Ayush. He works with us, a backend engineer. So he's our guest speaker for today's event. And this is my pleasure to welcome Ayush. Please, over to you.
Hello everyone. I am a Java backend developer from India and currently working as a director of developer advocate at Masteringbackend. I have been working in startups for the last 5 years. My main expertise, my main expertise is Java, Spring Boot, microservices, cloud, and AI powered backend system. And today I am very excited because we are going to learn one more additional topics, that is our rank system, how that works and all. Okay. So even if you are a beginner, you will understand the complete. So today's workshop agenda. Before we start, let me quickly explain what we will cover today. Today we will learn what is AI, what is generative AI, why traditional applications fail, what is RAG, what are embeddings, what are the vector databases, why Spring AI is important, and how OpenAI works. Also, how chat with PDF works internally. And also, we will build APIs using Spring Boot. And also, we will understand the architecture. And at the end, finally, give we will do the live demo. So by the end of this workshop, you will understand how modern applications and actually real system works. So, what is AI? Now, first question: what is AI? In a very simple language, we can say that AI means application that can think, understand, and respond intelligent like a human. So, AI is just a simple formula that can think, understand, and respond intelligently like a human. Earlier application before the AI was static, but now applications are become smart. Let me give you some real world example, so it will clear you what I want to say here. For example, we have a chat GPT. I think here everyone uses or everyone aware of the chat GPT. So when you ask to chat GPT, explain Java in a simple words. Chat GPT understand your question, process the meaning, and generate human-like response. So what is this? This is an AI. Next, we have an option of Netflix. Okay. When Netflix recommends movies, it analyzes your watch history. It is your interest and your behavior. Based on that, it recommends movies. So this is also a AI recommendation system. Okay. Now we come to the Amazon. When Amazon says people who bought this also bought. Okay. This is a AI powered recommendation system. Okay. When we are looking for shoes, then the policy of the shoes is automatically populated there. Okay, we need to buy a MacBook. Then the accessories of the MacBook is also we are getting. So this is all the work like a recommendation system. That's a people who bought this and also bought this. Okay, so this is also an AI. We daily in our daily life we are using mostly like Google Maps. Google Maps predicts traffic, fastest route, estimated arrival time. This is all these things are done using graph and in a modern system we are using the AI models for that also. In a Gmail, as we are seeing that small reply predictions. When Google suggests replies like thanks, okay, sounds good, that is AI. So AI is everywhere. And now every AI, every company, every organizations want the AI powered application. That is also a important thing. Okay, because everyone want the AI powered applications and AI things, right? So this is also the AI. And now if the AI is now next topic that why AI is everywhere: e-commerce, healthcare, HR, in every places. You can say the AI applications. So now question comes like why developers should care about AI? Now, very important question. Why should developer learn AI? Because AI is a very powerful or becoming powerful day by day. And also every product, every software needs AI. Earlier, before the AI, earlier companies and organizations wants the front-end developer and the back-end developer. But now, like AI enabled developers, every company needs AI enabled developers and all. Okay. Because AI needs everywhere. Like if you are going to the e-commerce sector, there is an AI personalized recommendation system, intelligent chatbot, upgrade customers intent, banking real-time fraud detections. So everywhere is AI. When you are going to the healthcare sector, AI relies assist the diagnosis, the intelligent patient support systems, customer support, automated assistant, and with a natural language. Okay. And also in HR system, smart resume screening and automated onboarding. Okay, so these are the some example that is some powerful things that AI can help. So this is all the important thing that we need to prepare and building with the AI. Now, problem with the traditional application or with the new AI powered application. Now let's understand the actual problem. Traditional application works using if else with SQL queries, fixed rules. Example, if user enters a wrong password, source error, very simple. But what happened when user asks natural language questions like what is Java? Okay. So AI only give some important things. Okay. So if a user enter wrong password, shows error. Very simple. But what happened when user asks in a natural language question? For example, suppose company has 5,000 PDFs. User asks, what is the maternity leave policy? This traditional system search fail because the search exact keyword, but what is PDF contain? Employees are eligible for the partial leave benefits. Keywords may not match, but AI understand semantic meaning. Okay. Another example, user asks how much refund time is available. PDF says money will be returned within 7 days. Traditional search may fail. AI understands refund equal to money returns. That is a semantic understanding, or that is the AI power of the AI. With the help of power of the AI, we can process the natural language, converting into a semantic format. So the AI can understand the searching and making the application very powerful. So at the end, we can say that the AI is a very powerful thing nowadays, and learning AI is very important for a developer. For in prospect to a backend developer, it is very important. It also adds some cherry on the cake. Thing like if you know the AI, it is very good as a backend developer because every company wants the AI, and most of the companies are switching to the AI. But as I am a Java developer. I doesn't want to learn Python because I know Java from last 5 years and I am working on that. But at the current time, there is no time to learning the Python and doing machine learning and other things. So Java also provide the feature called Spring AI. Spring AI is the framework, or we can say that it is a sub framework of the Spring Boot. With the help of that, we can create the application with the AI powered backend systems. Okay. We can create the RAG pipeline, we can create the embeddings, we can create the chat application with the help of Spring AI. So this is also an important thing that we need to cover. Okay, here. So now, what these are the some real world questions. Okay. Okay. So today's workshop agenda is what is the chat with PDF. So what we are doing today, now let's understand our project. Chat with PDF means User upload PDF, AI reads that PDF, user asks that some questions, AI gives intelligent answer. For example, suppose you upload Java documentation, HR policy PDF, legal agreement, research papers. Now, instead of reading 500 pages manually, you can ask what is the notice period, explain the refund policy, what is the security guidelines, and summarize the document. And AI answered instantly. Okay, this saves us huge time. Okay, because with the help of AI, we can ask anything to the AI, and AI gives the answer in a very fast way. This save so our time is very saving in a way. Okay. This is exactly what many startups and enterprise are building today. Most you go to the website, and on every website you will get the chatbot. So chatbot is simply they provide the PDF. Based on you ask some question related to the company, you will get the answer. If you ask anything related to other than the chat, then they will tell you this is not understand, or this is not clear by the AI system, and this is removable. Okay. So now come with the, some use cases where we can use PDFs, chat. Okay. Now let's see where we this is used in real company. Company internal knowledge board. Okay. Employee uploads. Uh, Employee uploads soft documents, onboarding PDFs, and policies. Then ask a question naturally. Example: what is the work from home policy? AI answer instantly. Okay. Now, second example is legal industry. Lawyers upload their contracts, then ask, what is the termination condition? AI find answer from the 200 pages document, and huge productivity boost and give the answer instantly. So there is lots of time we need to read the document, and that is very less. Okay. Or AI will also provide their touch on there. In a healthcare sector, doctor uploads medical research paper, ask what is the side effect of the medicine. AI summarized instantly. So these all the things like a healthcare in a university, students upload their notes and explain operating system scheduling. These types of question, and AI give the proper answer of that. And also, there's the most important use case of the RAG pipeline, that is the customer support. Companies uploaded frequently asked question and manuals. AI chatbot answered customer questions automatically. This reduce support costs massively. Okay, because with the help of AI, we can also reduce the the support cost and other costs as well. Because we have not every company is a big. We have a multiple types of companies like SMEs, small organizations. Okay, there is a small funded organization. So on that, there is a chatbot support you will see, but they doesn't have a money to pay someone for the chatbot and all, so they create the chatbot support. With the help of, they reduce their cost. Okay, so these are the some real world examples and real world output of that, so that we see here. Now come to the RAG part. What is RAG? This is a very important concept. RAG means retrieval augment generation. I think what all the things that I am saying to understand to everyone, right? Just make the thumbs up on the chat window. I will understood that what I want to say here. Everyone is listening. So, what is the RAG? Very important concept. RAG means retrieval argument generation. This is the backbone of AI modern AI system. Let's understand carefully. Step one, what is RAG? So, step one, what is the retrieval? Okay, the RAG is a combination of three words. So, there is a word that is called retrieval. System searches relevant content from the PDF. For example, what is our question is, what is the refund policy? System finds related paragraph from PDF. This is the retrieval. Okay. Retrievals means system searches relevant content from the PDF. Okay. Now, second word is argument. The PDF content is added as a content. Okay. Argument means the PDF content that we are retrieving that is added as a context. Now, third thing is generation. Generation means generating something. Okay. So here we are using AI. So AI generate the final intelligent response. So this is the a RAG, reality retrieval argument generation. Okay. Without RAG, AI gives generic answer. With RAG, AI answer using your own company data. That is why RAG is extremely important. Okay. Most AI startups today are basically React system. They are doing something like chatbot and other example that I give earlier. So most of the people, companies, and most of the organizations are using currently the RAG flows. Now there's a very important term that is called the embeddings. Now let's understand the embeddings. Embedding is a very important concept. AI does not know English directly. AI understand numbers. So text is converted into a vector. Okay, I think you are catching my point. This is a very simple thing. What is embedding? So embedding is just like, for example, our AI is not doesn't understand the English word. Like English in a, we can say that human language. Okay, so what embedding does? Embedding just convert it into a numbers. So text is converted into a vectors. For example, sentence is, for example, let me clear it with the example so it is very clear to you. So, what the Java is a programming language, for example. It is becomes the numeric representation. These numbers are called the embeddings. Okay, what the embeddings do? Just converting the human language into numbers. That is called embeddings. Now, interesting part comes here. Similar meaning produce similar embeddings. For example, refund, money back. Both becomes mathematically close. Okay, that is why AI can understand meaning. That is called the semantic search. So, in an interview, if anyone asks you about the embedding, so embedding, what is embedding? So, embedding is nothing but it's just a chunks of converted text into a numeral vectors. Okay, this is the embedding. And what is the semantic search? Semantic search is nothing but it is if two words having a same meaning, so it is a mathematically close to each other. So that is the semantic search. If we're finding something, if we're finding the money back, then it is similar to the refund because both the meaning have a same means. Okay, that's why that is the semantic word, semantic search. Now, our next topic is vector database. Okay. Now, where do we store embeddings? Okay, for storing the embeddings, we need some space. So instead of vector database, for example, inside vector database, example like the PG vector, find code, quadrant, Chrome DB. These are the some example of the PG vector. So these are the some vector database. PG vector is the PostgreSQL. I think most of the people uses the PostgreSQL. So it is related to PG vector. Okay. Chroma DB, normal. Okay. These are the some vector DBs. Normal SQL database searches exact text. Vector DB searches similarly, smartly. Okay. For example, user asks how many leave days. Even if PDF contains employee get 20 days holidays, annual holidays, AI can understand match, still matching a meaning. That is a semantic search. What is semantic search? With the help of the example, I will clear. For storing embeddings, we need a vector database. In vector database, how the data is stored in the form of embeddings. And what is the embedding? Embedding is just a conversion of the text in normal English language into a mathematical format. So these are the embeddings. And now the question is, what is the semantic search? In an example, I will clear you. Say, for example, someone asks how many leave days to a PDF. Even the PDF contains like that employee get 20 annual holidays. So this is some semantic search things. Okay. Now, why Spring AI? Okay. Before this, also I explained this in our previous two workshops. We have all the workshops that we do on Mastering Backend is available on our YouTube channel. That is masteringbackend.com. You can check out there. So on that, I will deeply clear about what is Spring and how we can create the chat client and how we use the chat memory. These all the concept I clear in the previous workshop. You can go to on YouTube and find this. Okay. Now, why Spring AI? Now let's talk about something good like Spring AI. Before Spring AI, developer had many problems like OpenAI API handling, JSON parsing, prompt management, embedding generation, vector searches. Everything was complex. Spring AI solved this problem just like Spring Boot simplified backend development. Spring AI, in a similar way, Spring AI simplifies the AI integration. Okay. With the help of Spring AI, we can integrate the AI into our backend legacy backend system into a and convert it into a modern backend system. Okay. So Spring AI simplifies AI integration. Now Java developer can use AI using similar. fa- If you want to work with Spring AI, you know about the Spring Boot ecosystem, then you are very familiar to it. Okay, because it is very similar to Spring Boot. Now there are some components of the Spring AI. There is some important components of the Spring AI. For example, chat client that we understand previously. Chat mod, we have a chat model. We have the embedding models that we understand previously. We have a vectors. We have the documents. So now we come to the architecture of the PDF chat application that we are creating today. Okay. Now let's understand the complete architecture. What is the flow of the architecture? User upload the PDF. Spring Boot backend receive the files. Okay. PDF box, there is an external library that we are here using. It is coming from the Apache. Okay. So that is PDF box. PDF box, what PDF box does, it extracts the text is splitting into chunks, and based on chunks, the embeddings are generated. That embedding we are storing in a vector database. And when user asks the question, similar search happens, retrieval chunks retrieved, and after that, context sent to the OpenAI. AI generated the answer, and backend system returns the response. This is the exact answer that we are using in a modern application products. Okay. Now, just explaining you again. So, what we the complete architecture here. User upload the PDF. Once the user uploading the PDF, Spring Boot receive the files. Okay. With the help, we are creating some API on Spring Boot for uploading the PDF. Okay. There is some external library that we are using here. That is a PDF box that extract the text. After extracting the text will split into a chunks, and based on that, embeddings are generated. Once the embeddings are generated, it is stored into a vector database. As we understood, what is the vector database? Vector database is the database that is storing the vectors, embeddings. And when the user comes on it, user asks the question, similar T search happens. Okay. Based on that, relevant chunks retrieved and context into the OpenAI. And a AI generated answer backend return the response. So this is all about the things that the overall architecture of the chat application works in the with the PDF in the market. Okay. So all the things are written here, like in a similar way. What is the format and how everything is processed. There's no need to take the screenshot of the PPT. In after the complete after completing the workshop, you will get the complete idea, like PDF textbook, playbook of the workshop recordings, and other all the required resources that we are using here for building the application. the code that I written previously. All the things you will get. Okay, no problem for that. Why there is some questions that you can ask in an interview, that why chunking is important. Okay. There is a question in your mind also come, what is chunking? Uh, what is chunking? So first, understand the chunk. What is chunk? Chunk is just when we are converting the PDFs into a normal text. So we are processing in a chunk format, chunk in a small format, not whole content, whole PDF is converting directly. It is converting into a small chunks, and okay, just converting it into a chunks, and chunks will give us the proper intelligent answers. Okay, so large PDF content, in a simple way, I can say that we can say that a large PDF cannot be sent fully into AI because model have token limits. So we split document into a smaller chunks. For example, 500 pages PDF becomes a small 500 small chunks. This is improves accuracy, speed, relevance. Chunking is critical in a rack system. So we are converting into a small chunks and give to the AI models. Now, just go to the demo, okay, how the application works, and what are the advantages about that we are covering today. So just I need to go to my IntelliJ idea. This I think in IntelliJ idea is showing to everyone, right? My screen. This is a code editor that I am using for the workshop. I am using IntelliJ idea. Just give me a minute. A file is loading. So before moving to the next, I just run this code, and just let's see the demo of that. All the codes I pushed on GitHub. So after the workshop, I will share the link of that GitHub account. You can clone it, run it on your, learn about this. If you have any doubt, you can ping me on LinkedIn, Twitter, or also you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. And you can also reach out in our committee, that is the Masteringbackend. You will get the link of that. You can join the committee, and you can ask the questions and answer where there is 1,000 of pupils are already available on our committee. That is the backend developers, AI developers, front-end developers. So you can also join there. So our code is restarting. You can use any ID for importing that, but by preferred option, you can use IntelliJ. That is a very good IDE for Java backend application development. So as you saw that our application is start. Now go to the Postman. So this is the Postman. Previously, I uploaded one PDF file. That is my resume, my own resume. Actually, there is no file for me. So I just uploaded my PDF resume here. Okay. Now there is an API that is called the one API. We have created two API for this. One API for uploading the PDF. Okay. Second API is for the chat app API. With the help of this API, we can chat with PDF directly. In question, I just asked explain his work experience in detail. So when I click on send, it is extracting the data from the PDF, not a PDF. It is extracting the data that is converting by PDF to the embeddings and storing in our vector database. Okay. So when we ask the question like explain the work experience, so you will see that here all the related to the answers we are getting. That the question that we asked here, we are getting the answer. What are the experience about me? Also, it gives the source from which source it takes the answer. Okay, and the time step. Now ask him another question. Explain his work experience. Explain his skills. Anything that is we stored in a PDF. All the question answer you can ask with the chat application. Now there is no need of reading the 500 to 1,000 pages PDF. You can just upload in your application, and based on that, ask the question and answer. Here's the answer. Explain the skills in details. So these all the skills get given a format, right? what are the skills I have in my resume, and what are the things like added I have in a resume. So this is the chat. Complete chat is working. Okay. Now come to the fourth part. So how this code is working here. So these are the some running code. Okay. Now closing this and start explaining about the code. Here I am not writing the code from the scratch because I have already done this. Because writing the code of the rack application, it is taking approx 2 or 3 hours for creating this. So I just created before, but after the workshop, you will get complete code. So in this project, we are building the AI powered application, chat application using Spring Boot. The main idea is very simple. A user upload a file, PDF file, and then they can ask questions about the PDF. The system will read the PDF and understand it, and the answer and question like a chatbot. Okay. Now, internally, what is happening is not a simple text matching. We are using modern AI technique that is called RAG. RAG means Retrieval-Augmented Generation. In RAG, we first store knowledge into a smart format called embeddings. Then we search the knowledge when the question comes, and finally, we send it to the AI model for generating the answer. So the complete flow is upload PDF, convert PDF into a text, break into a small pieces that is we are calling as a chunks, converting each piece into a embeddings that is the AI numbers, storing in a Postgres. Here we are in a project, we are using Postgres, Postgres SQL, because we have using the Postgres SQL with the help of PG vectors. When question comes, convert question into our embeddings. Okay. Find the similar chunks, send it to AI, generate the answer. This is exactly how AI tools like Chat PDF and Notion AI works. Okay. Notion AI and the Chat PDF is the example. This is the same flow. There is the same architecture. They also follow. Now comes to the setup. How we set up this project on local, or after setting with the video and tutorial, uh, you set up these things with your own also, so you will understand this thing very easily. Now come to the form.html. Now let's understand the project dependency, what we added here. We are using Spring Boot 3 with Java 21, this one, which gives you a modern backend system. We added the Spring Boot web for generating the REST endpoint, because we added the Spring Boot starter web because we are building the REST API. This allows us to create the endpoint like upload PDF, chat with PDF. We also added the Spring Data JPA because we are storing the data in a database. Here we are using the Postgres SQL. JPA helps to write the Java code instead of the um, raw SQL most of the time. Okay. We also added the Webflux. This is used to call the external API AI services. For here, we are using the LM Studio. What is LM Studio? I will explain you sometime. The LM Studio is just a application that helps to run the model in a local system. Okay. If you don't have a money to pay the AI model, you can just go to the Google, search about the LM model based on your system configuration. You can download it and you can run the LM Studio local models like embedding models like ChatGPT, Gamma, DeepSeek, and any other model you can run it on local. This is also possible with the help of Docker. But when we are using Docker, it slows the system. So we can use the LM Studio for not slowing and very powerful, make the application very powerful. Then we added the Spring AI dependency here, like this one. Okay. Here we are using Azure OpenAI. Also, we are using Fiji vector for storing the data into a Fiji vector style. Also, we have a advisor. All We also added PG vector support, which is a heart of our AI search system. It allows PostgreSQL to store the search vectors AI embeddings. Okay. Finally, we added the PDF box. This is Apache Tika. This is the PDF box, which help us to read the files, PDF files, extracting the text from them. So, in a simple word, Maven file is telling Spring Boot what tools I needed and what build system I need to build. So, this is the complete form file and the description I will tell you already. Now, come to the upper application.properties files. This file is the control room of the project. Here we define the database connections like this. We will connect to the Postgres and where we all the PDF chunks will be stored. We also configure and upload limits here. So user can upload very large file. We can set the limit for the 20 MB. Now it is important to part that is AI OpenAI configuration. Here we provided OpenAI key for authentication, endpoint where AI models is running, deployment name, which model to use. Then we use the max, a fixed parameter that is max completion token. Next, we configure the meaning of the Azure OpenAI max token is, which means how long AI answer can be. The answer of the AI in how many words it is with, this is used for. Next, we configure PG vector. Sorry, this thing. After that, we are setting some LM Studio. That is a model that LM Studio is a platform that provide the local models for running. So this is all the things that we added in our application.property files. Now come to the AI config. On AI config, the class is used to create the reusable component for our application. This first we create a web client bean. Think web client as a tool that allows application to call other APIs. In our case, we use the LM Studio embeddings API. So whenever we want to generate embeddings, we use the web client. Next, we create the chat client bean. This provided by the Spring. It is simplified way to talk to Azure OpenAI instead of writing HTTP request. We just say, give me a response of this prompt. Then chat client handles everything internally. So this class is basically properly preparing tools for AI communication. Now come to the PDF controller. We have created the package name as the controller. Inside there's a PDF controller. What is the PDF controller? This is the first entry point of our system. When user upload a PDF, this controller receives the file. First, we validate the file. If the file is empty, then it rejects. If not PDF, then it is reject. If the size is 200 MB, more than 200 MB, here we are validating all the things. Okay, if the file size is to a 20 MB greater, then it's reject. This is important because we don't want invalid data entering our system. After validation, we log the file name, know the being processed for here. After that, we are investigating the investing the PDF. Then we call PDF ingestion service for indigest. This is the real processing begins. So controller is very simple. It only accept request and forward to the service. It does not contain the business logic, as we all know about that. Now, second controller we created, that is a chat controller. This controller handles user question. User send question like what is written in a PDF. We take question inside the chat request here. So what is the in a chat request? Chat request is containing only the question part. Okay. We validate using validate notation. There is a validate notation. It is coming from the validation. Okay. We using validate, then we pass it into a chat service. Finally, we return the chat response, which is containing answer, source, and timestamp. So the controller is basically a bridge between the user and the AI system. Now, come to the business logic. As I told you earlier, that business logic is inside this service. That is a PDF investigation service and digestification service. This is the file, the heart of the entire system. When a PDF is uploaded, this service starts processing it step by step. On first step, it extracts the text from the PDF. We use the PDF box for extracting the text. PDF is not a plain text, so we convert into a readable format. Now we have a big text string. Now come to the second step, that is chunking. That is very important concept, chunking. We cannot send a full PDF text to the AI embeddings, AI or embeddings. So we break into a small chunks. For example, each chunk has containing 1,000 character. Why? Because AI works better in small pieces. Such become more accurate, performance improve. So now one PDF become multiple chunks. Step 3, process each chunks. Now we loop through each chunks one by one. For example, for every chunk, we generate embeddings using AI. We convert it into a vector format for extracting text, and we store it into our database. So each chunk becomes a searchable with the AI unit. So this is complete code extracting the text, from how we extracting the text from the PDF, how we converting into a small chunks that I tell you, and how we are storing the chunks into a DB with the help of embedding creation, embeddings and vectors, all the things here mentioned. Okay. Now come to the external service, that is the LM Studio embedding service. For LM Studio embedding service, you can download it directly from the Google. You can search on Google like LM Studio. So the usual interface of the LM Studio is like this. Okay, on this you just go to the search section and download this model. You can download any model, but here I am using this model, text embedding nomic embedded text v1.5 embedding model. It is a free or that is running on our local host. Okay, so the status of the model is running. So just remove it from here. Now come to the service, how we store the embeddings in LM Studio. So this service convert the normal text into AI understanding format. We send the text to the LM Studio API using web client. LM Studio returns the list of numbers like 0.12, comma 0.98, like something. This number represents the meaning of the text. This number we can also call that as the embeddings. So instead of directly storing the text, we are storing the data into a embeddings. That embeddings comes in a double format. So here we are converting it to the PG vector. This is the method. And also we are validating the response that is coming from the AI model. That is coming from the LM Studios. Now come to the chat service. Chat service is very simple. This is the most intelligent part of the system. We can say that when user asks question, we follow this flow. The step is first that we are converting the question into embeddings. In a second step, we find similar chunks. If the chunks we matched, we build the context. Also, in a fourth step, it is we are sending the data into a AI model for generating the powerful AI powered answer. And when we are getting the answer read the construct and generate final answer. If the answer is not in a PDF, we instruct AI to say, I could not find the answer to upload the PDF that you are uploading your PDF. Here we are formatting this. Here we are writing the system prompt, how you give the answer. And after that, we are returning the response. Now there is one more thing. For storing the each and all the thing, we are creating one entity that is called document chunks. As I told you that we are storing the data into a chunk. So here here we have a document chunk. Okay. Here we are storing the indexing in a PG vector. Here we are as we are using normal PostgreSQL. For similar, you performing the operation of the DTO layer, we have this service. Okay. So there is a one more thing I want to mention here. In this layer, it is talking to the database. We use the special SQL query. It uses symbol operator. This operator we are using, that is the special operator. This means, for example, this means edges find most similar vectors. So Postgres compares embeddings and return the closest match. We limit returns to top chunks, so our only best matches are used. Not every matches, only best matches it gives. So this is the whole code idea that I am giving to you. I to come the complete code, I will provide you in a Google Drive or in a GitHub. You can import, clone it, the repo, and based on this, running it onto your local system. If you have any doubt, you can ping me anytime on my personal LinkedIn chat. We can assist you all about the system and all. So also subscribe our YouTube channel. So you will get the each and every video on there. So it is easy to creating the application. So this is all about the today's workshop. We have the demo. We have read the complete code. Okay. So these are some the Spring AI powerful features, and also there is some feature of the AI backend application is very high. So it is my humble request to all of you, read the future things like AI models, AI co-pilots, AI assistance, automation system, intelligent workflow. So learning Spring Boot plus AI is a best investigation or investment right now. On live demo, I also cover all the things. Thank you so much for everyone for joining today's session. I hope this workshop helped you understanding AI, RAG, embeddings, vector databases, Spring AI, chat with PDF architecture. Now you can ready to start building your own AI powered system backend application. Thank you once again.
Okay, thank you, Ayush. Please, any question, you can drop it on the chat and he will respond to it.
There is a question which AI we are using for this application. Here we are using the OpenAI. There is an OpenAI for this session. I am using Azure OpenAI. So I create the one model on Foundry and deploy it. So you can use any AI like Gemini API key. You can use Olama and any other the required AI you can use. Yeah, here I am using IntelliJ IDEA. It is a JetBrains IDE. It is the best IDE, I think, for Java API development and backend microservices development.
Thank you, Ayush, for the workshop. That was really powerful.